Jennifer and I did the effects of high-stakes testing on teachers as our research project. And in the background, since the passage of the No Child Left Behind Act of 2001, high-stakes testing has put major emphasis on teachers and students to perform well on standardized tests. States are now required to set challenging academic content standards for schools and students, which are often not developmentally appropriate for the students. To prepare students to succeed on these high-stakes tests, schools and teachers can incorporate a variety of test prep content into curriculum and daily lessons. Teachers and lawmakers continue to debate the quality and validity of the high-stakes tests. The anticipated goals of state testing policies are at odds with the realities of their implementation and can lead to unintended negative impacts is also becoming more and more clear. The high-stakes use of the test results have intensified the negative aspects of high-stakes testing. Greater emphasis should be placed on supporting and improving teaching and learning rather than relying on these state tests. It is crucial that policymakers reconsider the highly consequential nature of state testing programs and refocus education policies to place greater emphasis on supporting and improving teaching and learning and creating positive change in the classroom.
The purpose of the study. The purpose of the study was to seek, the study sought to determine, 1, the impact on the classroom practices in terms of the content of instruction and the strategies used to deliver instruction. Number 2, the pressure to prepare students for the state test. Number 3, the impact on the teacher and the student motivation and morale, and the views of accountability. Our methods. This study surveyed teachers from 4 different school systems in East Tennessee. The data were collected with permission from the 4 school districts. Data were collected in July 2018 by using Google Docs. The results of the survey should generalize teachers' attitudes towards high-stakes testing.
The respondents were kindergarten through 12th grade teachers from 4 different school systems in East Tennessee. Of the estimated 1,300 teachers in the 4 school districts, only 104 teachers participated in the survey. The remaining teachers opted to not complete their surveys for various reasons. This created a return rate of 8%. Most of this is due to the survey being administered during summer break and the lack of communication from most administrators in a timely manner.
Okay, so part of our results, the first question we asked was, high-stakes testing is a necessity for school and teacher accountability, no matter the socioeconomic status. Only 9% of the teachers surveyed thought that high-stakes testing is a necessity for school and teacher accountability, no matter the socioeconomic status of the school.
And our next statement or question was, standardized tests are fair and unbiased for all students. Of those surveyed, 83% of the teachers disagree or strongly disagree that standardized tests are fair and unbiased for the students. Only 5% agree that standardized tests are fair and unbiased.
When asked, I have thought about different career paths because of high-stakes testing. Only 22% of those strongly disagreed, 9% disagreed, 34% were neutral, 13% agreed, and 22% strongly agreed.
On the question, I feel a great amount of pressure to get my students to show growth because of high-stakes testing. A combined of 82% of the teachers surveyed agreed or strongly agreed that they feel that great amount of pressure to show growth from their students because of high-stakes testing.
When the teachers were asked if they have the resources to effectively prepare their students for the end-of-the-year test, only 12% of those disagreed. Only 12% of those strongly disagreed, 18% disagreed, 38% were neutral, 25% agreed, and only 7% strongly agreed.
When asked, I am concerned about losing my job or other negative consequences due to students who do not test well in the end-of-year test. The results were 26% disagreed or strongly disagreed. 28% were neutral. 46% agreed or strongly agreed with that statement.
We asked the teachers how many years they have been teaching or how many years they have completed their teaching, and only 1% have taught less than 1 year. 24% have taught 1 to 5 years. 28% taught 6 to 10 years. 18% have taught for 11 to 15 years. And 30% of the people that we surveyed have taught for 16 plus years.
Results from high-stakes testing preparation interferes with the instructional time in the classroom. The majority of teachers surveyed agreed or strongly agreed that high-stakes testing preparation interferes with instructional time in the classroom.
72% of the teachers surveyed strongly agreed that teachers have more severe consequences than students based on high-stakes testing.
80% of the teachers strongly agree that special education and ELL students should have the same modifications and accommodations of high-stakes tests as they have throughout the year.
And we asked the teachers if they are a teacher of record, meaning they are state or tested subject. 61% of the teachers surveyed responded that they are a teacher of record.
Results for I give more emphasis for end-of-year testing than students' understanding of the content. 33% of the respondents do not give more or less emphasis on end-of-year testing. 67% did.
In our conclusion, the purpose of this study was to determine teachers' perceptions on high-stakes testing and how it affects instruction. Based on the study, a vast majority do not think that high-stakes testing is a valuable tool as some may advertise. The results of the survey suggested that most teachers have negative or indifferent attitudes about various aspects of high-stakes testing. Those teachers surveyed also feel at risk of losing their jobs if their students do not show growth.
Our recommendations is to have a longer window for teachers to respond to the survey, conduct the survey when teachers are not on summer break, easier process to be granted permission to conduct surveys, both through the individual school systems as well as Tusculum University, a larger sampling of teacher responses as well as additional studies in other school systems and regions would provide more data and possibly a more varied response rate. And that is our presentation.